What's up, my fellow angels? How's it going? Last week was crazy. And when I say it was crazy, I mean it. By now you must have heard about the whole ProJared and James Charles controversy. If you haven't, then I have to ask you, where on earth do you spend your time? Have you not read the memes? Have you not seen YouTubers make videos on these two? So because everyone else is doing it, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon too. I was going to make a video on ProJared alone because his situation with his wife and his side piece annoyed me the most, but then James Charles came along and I thought, meh, kill two birds with one stone. Let's start with ProJared. If you don't know ProJared, he's a YouTuber who had like over 1 million subscribers on his channel before the entire debacle kicked off. So the story is, ProJared went on Twitter and decided to announce that he and his wife Heidi is getting a divorce. He put on something like how he is concerned for his wife's mental health and how it was a mutual decision and all that spiel you can expect from these kind of statements. Spoiler alert, Heidi didn't know. ProJared had her blocked from Twitter. I kid you not, this asshole had her blocked from Twitter. So people started sending Heidi messages asking her if she was okay. You know the deal with these kind of nerdy men? Their thirst knows no limits. The moment they realized that Heidi was single, they were like, oh, let's see if she's okay and try and slide in them DMs. So people started messaging her if she was okay, but Heidi didn't even know what the hell was going on. Thirsty man was like, oh honey, I'm so sorry to hear about you and Jared. If you need anyone to talk to, I'm right here. And Heidi was like, wait, what the hell are you talking about? What's going on? The moment Heidi found out what was going on, she tweeted out this long thread that can only be described as a verbal ass whooping. I mean, she tore into Jared and ripped his entire existence apart. I'm not going to go through the entire Twitter thread, but in a nutshell, she told her side of the story, which I have to say does not make Jared look good in any way. Apparently, Jared used to send dick pics to other women, had a Tumblr set up to receive nudes from other women, and was cheating on Heidi with a girl named Holly. I'm not going to drop her last name, no free clout. That's it. From what I could gather, this Heidi girl really tried to hold the marriage together. When I saw the whole situation develop, I lost my shit. I kid you not, I was fuming because there were so many things here that I thought were just ridiculous. First up, let's take a look at the visual evidence, shall we? ProJared looks like this. He looks like this, who had a wife named Heidi who looks like this. And he cheated on this fine specimen of a human being with this. I'm lost for words. I have no idea what to say. ProJared looks like Quasimodo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. He is skinnier than me. Pasty as fuck. The guy looks like he hasn't lifted weights in his life. I don't know what he thinks of himself. He probably thinks he's cute and sexy, but honestly, Jared, if you're listening to this, dude, you ain't working with much. I'm not kidding. I would recommend you start going to the gym, start working out, have some protein shakes or something. I would love to put his nudes here just to give you an idea of what he's working with, but I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, and I'm sure if you search on Twitter, you can find them. I was watching a video from The Quartering and Jeremy put on a picture of Jared dressed as a chick from Sailor Moon, and right at that moment my mother walked in on me. She looked at me, looked at the picture of Jared, the look of disgust on my mother's face. She was like, what the heck is that? And all I could respond was, Mom, this is a very bad nightmare. You'll wake up soon. 3 hours later, I saw my mother sat all quiet. I walked up to her and I asked her if she was okay. She was like, I'm trying to wake up from this nightmare, but I can't. I can't unsee what I've just seen. My mother was traumatized because of Jared's photo. Jared, you son of a bitch. So Quasimodo over here managed to get a wife named Heidi, who is a cosplayer, and from what I have seen, she's a pretty good cosplayer too. Having been involved in cosplay myself and in the cosplay community, which is toxic as fuck, I don't care what anyone says, cosplay community is toxic. Anyways, Jared managed to get a wife who is not only attractive, but also talented. How often can you get a wife that looks like this and also has a skill set that is actually useful? I know so many girls and they have no useful skill at all. Don't get me wrong, they all have skills and went to universities and everything, but there's no point in having a skill if you're not going to use it. I know this one girl had a skill. I call that skill the skill of spending, because the moment she got paid, she spent all her cash. You think Thanos himself snapped half of her salary away, like that, gone. And here we have this Heidi chick who not only looks great, she's a cosplayer who makes her own costumes, she's obviously into geek culture, got her own, oh my god, she's got her own clothing store. Hold on a second, let me have a look. So I had a quick look at the clothing store, and if she came up with the design of these clothes, then that's pretty impressive. Which is pissing me off even more because Jared is such a fucking moron. This Quasimodo lookalike managed to get a wife that is every nerd's dream, but decided to cheat on her because he couldn't keep it in his pants. Literally. People like myself have such a hard time finding a chick that finds us attractive, because you know what, average girls don't like, they don't find men like myself attractive. I'm into memes, video games, anime, manga and comics. An average girl doesn't even know whether Batman is DC or Marvel. I'm not saying that there aren't any nerdy girls out there who cosplay. There are, but either they don't look like Heidi or they are already in a relationship. And the ones that aren't in a relationship, they don't find me attractive. I walk up to them, start a conversation, and they go, "Ew, get away from me, you're too short, ew." I'm like, bitch, I'm working with the best I've got. If I had a wife like Heidi, I'd tell her to dress up as Zelda and brace herself, because I'm about to press A to mount. So coming back to the video, Quasimodo over here decided to cheat on his wife that looks like an elf. I know she's dressed as Zelda, and Zelda is not really an elf, or maybe she is. I don't know, sue me, I'm not getting paid for this shit. So he cheated on his elf lookalike wife with a girl who looks like this. I don't know, dude, but Holly looks pretty generic. I kid you not, I looked at the photo and I sat there in disbelief. Dude, how could you cheat on a wife that looks like this with someone like this? Now, some people say Heidi could be lying. I kind of doubt that, because the amount of people who came forward and said that Jared had sent them dick pics and asked for nudes in return is staggering. I mean, his dick pics are all over the net. Come on, man. I don't know this Heidi chick, and I took everything she said with a pinch of salt, but seeing the amount of nudes Jared sent, let's just say it's not looking good for our boy here. Some are saying that Heidi must have had a shitty personality. Otherwise, why would you dump a wife like her? True, but once again, Heidi was not the one sending nudes, it was Jared. Even if Heidi had a shitty personality, she has the moral high ground here. I can't fault her on this. Now the final theory is, this girl Holly must have bedroom skills that rivals the likes of porn stars. Now, that is what I believed initially as well, but turns out Holly is also a Twitch streamer, artist, prop maker, cosplayer, and a YouTuber. There is a website that also states that she is also the direct descendant of animation royalty. Her grandfather was the Disney animator Doris Lanfer, who worked for the Disney Animation Studios for well over 40 years. He worked on movies like The Little Mermaid, The Lion King, and many more. So Holly may not have much going for her in the looks department, but she's equally, if not more talented than Heidi. I'm not sure that it justifies his cheating, but if I was in Jared's place, I would not have sent my dick pics to random women. I wouldn't have cheated on Heidi with another girl, and if there were some issues that could not have been resolved, I would have taken a divorce from her behind closed doors rather than bringing out everything in public. There's a lot more to the story than what I have covered here. There are rumors of ProJared asking a minor for nudes, him getting demoted on his own subreddit, but I don't have time for it. So Jared had 1 million subscribers on his channel. Ever since this debacle hit the net, he lost more than 200,000 subs. Which is not looking good for him because his videos are subpar, and I don't think people see his videos for his amazing personality. But even that is nowhere near as bad as James Charles. This motherfucker lost more than 3 million subscribers from the 7th of May to the 14th of May. That's the date of when I'm taking all these screenshots and everything. 3 million subs. That's a lot. So the story behind that is James Charles is like 19 years old and he's already a multi-millionaire. The dude is raking in the cash. Meanwhile, I'm sat in my room, living with my parents, contemplating committing suicide. Anyway, this video is not about my struggles. So news broke out about James Charles here, and I must add that he's gay.
Gay!
Because it's important to the story. Apparently, he has been using his influence as a YouTuber to try and trick straight men into having sex with him. Now granted, the one man who did come forward, I have to say he kind of looks like he was already looking to experiment his sexuality, but honestly, news have surfaced about James Charles that are quite haunting really. There's a woman named Tati who I will say is quite pleasing on the eyes. Hey Tati, if I know you're married and all, but if you ever want to hook up, you're more than welcome to slide in my DMs. So she posted a video titled Goodbye Sister, and she told this guy a new asshole. Tati, who is like James Charles's godmother when it comes to his social media status, I mean, this woman practically made James Charles what he is today. In the video, Tati explained how she went above and beyond for the guy. She and her husband got him deals, they worked on his contracts, they got him counter offers, made his YouTube channel profitable. But in the video she also said that James Charles told her over the phone that he manipulated a guy into having sex with him.
The last phone conversation that James Charles and I had, he said some things telling me about a situation that happened in Seattle at my birthday, and it literally made me want to vomit. Oh my God, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim. You know, it's really disgusting to manipulate someone's sexuality, especially when they are still, emerging into adulthood and don't quite have everything figured out. You are using your fame, your power, your money to play with people's emotions. You're threatening to ruin them. You're threatening to embarrass them. And you're doing that to have them behave sexually in your favor, even if they're straight. And you know what? That's not okay. That behavior is not okay. Whether you're a woman, a man, gay, straight, bi, whatever sexual orientation you are, that is your personal call, and it is not someone else's to take. It's not someone else's to play with. It's not someone else's to mess with. And how dare you laugh about it and make meme after meme and retweet and this and that and I love straight boys, and make it a joke. Because this behavior is not normal, it's not okay. Cracking someone's sexuality is not an escape room. This is shit that will follow them for the rest of their lives.
I'm not going to sit here and go through the entire video Tati uploaded, but it pretty much goes on to show that these people, these influencers that YouTube actively promotes because of their content is supposed to be advertiser friendly, they are so fucked up. I mean, words cannot explain what I'm feeling right now. James Charles is like 19 years old. He's a millionaire. Dude, you can hire male hookers and sniff cocaine off their pecs. But nope, James wanted to suck a straight man's dick. What's even crazy is that James Charles met Susan, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but Susan here is like the CEO of YouTube. She met James Charles and many content creators like him to try and improve YouTube. How about you meet someone like me who doesn't have 1 million subscribers but still have to bust my balls when it comes to content and fight against an algorithm that will demonetize me and will not recommend my videos because the algorithm recognized some materials in my video as hateful content. How about you come down and talk to me? Oh my goodness, I'm so hateful right now. The reason I have a problem with this is because James Charles used his influence to trick a man into having sex with him. I think he even threatened someone that he will use his influence to destroy a man if he doesn't have sex with him. Now, I don't want to sound really rude here, but didn't Harvey Weinstein do the same thing? I mean, Harvey Weinstein used his influence to sleep with a lot of women and even forced a few women. I remember there being a huge backlash against the guy and his company. I don't see the same kind of backlash against James Charles. Why is the community not up in arms against him?
Why?
James Charles got gay privilege. That's why. I mean, yeah, he lost more than 3 million subscribers, but unless you are new to YouTube or are not involved in content creation, you know that's nothing. The only reason he's losing subscribers right now is because he's been exposed. And I bet Susan and the overlords at YouTube aren't doing anything for him right now. They aren't. They're not doing anything for him. They're just waiting for things to die down. But honestly, just watch his Social Blade stats in 6 months. 6 months. Just look at how many subscribers he's gonna gain. YouTube will begin recommending his videos, he will gain subscribers again, and the loss of 3 million plus subs will be nothing to him because he will gain more subscribers than that. For crying out loud, the guy met Susan, whatever the hell her surname is. He's got contacts. His channel will be boosted in a few months' time. You can put that prediction on a check, take it to the bank and cash it in, baby, because I'm willing to put my money on it. So James Charles uploaded a video on his channel, like an apology video, where he said he was sorry and everything. Honestly, I saw the video and it was terrible. His 8-minute long apology video was more treacherous than Tati's 40-minute long video. That's how bad it was. I mean, I saw the video and I was like, girl, you ain't got no acting skills. Give Hollywood a miss. Believe me on that. I have seen my 4-year-old nephew do better acting than that. My nephew once ate my share of chocolate cake. I walked in the kitchen. I saw his hands covered in chocolate. There was a little bit of chocolate around his mouth. The fridge was open. I looked at him and I said, please tell me you didn't eat my chocolate cake. He looked at me in the eyes and said, no. He lied to my face. A 4-year-old's acting was better than this 19-year-old's sexual harassers. Oh my goodness. You know what? I got nothing. YouTube as a platform sucks. The copyright claim system is garbage. But then again, I don't make videos because I'm pursuing a career. I just want to do it because I got nothing going on in my life and it just keeps me busy. Rate, comment and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but if you choose to do so, it will only make my voice louder and my channel stronger. Follow me on social media. I'm quite active on Facebook and Twitter. Send me stuff if you want me to react to something. I don't know. I don't mind. I would just like a little bit of attention, you know. My life is getting pretty tough. Peace out, people, and stay awesome.